Welcome everybody to our Connections Gathering, and we're actually in a new location in Janet's home. Thank you very much, Janet, for hosting us. What I'd like to do is, why don't we open this circle by just stating our first name, and I think that's a good way of keeping this brief instead of long stories. And so I'm Richard.
I'm Janet.
I'm Caitlin.
I'm Media.
Betty.
Casey. Gladys. Laura.
Andy.
Bob.
Ron.
Allie.
Hans.
Andrea.
Martha.
Well, welcome again, everyone. So what we do in a Connections Gathering, we have the agenda. It's in front of you. You should all see it. On one side is the agenda. On the other side is the statement of values and needs. And right now I want to just ask you, because there's some, looks like there might be there's some new people here. Let's look at this agenda. So the one that's black and white. So we're going to start by reading an intention statement, and I'd like, if there's somebody that would like to volunteer to read this, and then we could all follow along by reading, that would be okay. Anybody would like to, would you like to? Okay, thank you very much.
Intention statement. We come together to expand our ability to live and love consciously, to be in service to our community without an expectation of receiving something in return, to be ever expansive and inclusive. We are the connection gathering, the model of possibility for connecting the good and catalyst for conscious community. We understand that we speak and act from our hearts with this intention to awaken ourselves and others. It will move out into the community as a powerful foundation for connection and care.
Thank you very much. Well said. That's gone through many different evolutions, that statement. And as we move forward, we might modify it again as we co-create this together. What I'd like to do is go over the guidelines for the meeting. You know, instead of me kind of going through all of them, I would like, if we could, for us to go around the circle and have each of you read one guideline, and then we're going to just summarize that, if that's okay with you. So maybe Janet, would you like to start with the first one?
I'm really getting old. I can't see this at all. I'm sorry.
Which one?
Number one.
Number one.
Oh, the good things that happen here?
Guidelines for the meeting.
Oh, speak simply and directly from the heart and keep comments brief. Please no crosstalk.
Next.
Next is, this is not a therapy session to solve personal issues. So we hold space to just listen to one another and not try to fix anybody.
Everything shared here stays here. Need absolute confidentiality.
Refrain from discussing polarizing political, religious, spiritual beliefs, or promoting your business. This is a time for sharing real experiences based on living and practicing the shared values, and not a place where we have philosophical discussions.
I can't do it by going on.
So,
Let me do the next one?
Yes.
Yeah, okay. We focus on building the unity of the group, speaking from your heart, and highlight what we have in common rather than what divides us.
We encourage everyone to participate and to have the opportunity to speak once before anyone speaks again.
John, would you like to do the next one?
Can do.
Oh, I got you. Maybe Hans?
Please respect everyone's point of view and allow others to speak without interruption.
In the first sharing stories section, we ask that you share personal stories about what has worked for you.
In the sharing passions section, please state briefly what projects you're working on and very succinctly what you need. If you don't have anything specific, you could share any personal needs or requests, like help dealing with personal issues. State that issue clearly and what you need to address it. So what I'd like to do is just take a moment to summarize what I think is the central aspect to a Connections Gathering, which is heart-based communication. And in this gathering, instead of having what we might consider an intellectual discussion, a dialogue, a conversation, this is more about listening. So in each of the steps in the process of a connections gathering, what we do is we focus on deeply listening to each other without having crosstalk or the need to maybe fix somebody or the need to react as we normally would to have a conversation. So this is truly trying to open our hearts, speaking personally with our own experience, and really trying not to be so head-centered, but really deeply speak simply the language of the heart. And in doing so, what we've discovered is that it's possible to overcome all the divisions that are man-made in our community, in our world. Divisions based on different beliefs, economics, racial differences, gender, and we've accomplished that in this way. So what I'd like to do is, I guess I would like to end this section